the Department of Justice has released more details on the documents seized from Mar-a-Lago, as we're also waiting for a decision on the special master to review the presidential records. Here to break it all down, Fox News contributors Gregg, Jarrett, and Sara Carter. Obviously, we're all still, surprisingly, we're heading into a holiday weekend. Fascinatingly, this is what Joe Biden decides to do as we lead into this thing, and now he's trying to walk it back. But this is coupled with a decline of his popularity, according to Reuters, by 7 points after the Mar-a-Lago raid, after the school loan debacle payback. And now you've got this imagery that we've got and this fight about the special master. So we're going to clearly, as we've been discussing, the judge wants to, I think, write out, Gregg, something decent to explain her decision. But why is the DOJ fighting this so badly when it would help us all respect the end result of what happens here?
Because they're above the law and they don't want to be fair or neutral or objective. And, it was incredibly and sadly appropriate last night's hellish imagery in front of Independence Hall. It was right out of Dante's Inferno and a Hieronymus Bosch painting. But it underscores that this is a president who, if you dare to oppose him, if you don't like his policies, but instead like Republican policies, or you vote for Donald Trump, which is basically half of America, Joe Biden will use the FBI, the Department of Justice, and soon the IRS to come down on you like a ton of bricks with the full force of the federal government. What we learned in today's disclosure is they took everything from Mar-a-Lago except the chandeliers and the carpeting. Yeah. I mean, they took hundreds of personal items, newspapers, books, clothing, for goodness sakes. And it simply proves that this was a lawless search and seizure under the Fourth Amendment, but none of it addresses the real legal issues. Were these so-called classified documents actually declassified? And number two, did the president actually have, under the Presidential Records Act, a right of access and custody of these documents? That's never been litigated under the Presidential Records Act. That's how it should have been handled in a civil enforcement proceeding, Indeed. Not this lawless search and seizure. Yeah.
Sara, it's interesting because while we're discussing if we can trust the FBI and their intentions and the intentions of the government and the director of national intelligence and their little teams, after that speech last night, is there any doubt that the government as an entity is a problem?
Oh, I absolutely agree with you, Tammy. It was like the lifting of a veil. That's what I talked about. I remember looking at the speech last night in just sheer stunned horror and then thinking to myself, oh, look, he's actually exposing himself and his entire administration. This entire raid into Mar-a-Lago is obviously political. It's obviously a continuation of what started way back in 2016. All we have to do is go back to 2016 to realize every step of the way how they targeted President Trump and everyone around him, from the FBI using a Steele dossier that was paid for by the Clinton, by Hillary Clinton and her attorneys in order to spy on President Trump and then to spy on Carter Page, a citizen of the United States, how they expanded their powers and how now, just as Gregg is saying, they're expanding their powers to us, the people. We saw that. It was evidence. If it walks like a duck and it looks like a duck, it's usually a duck. And that's exactly what we're seeing now with the Biden administration. And I think every American should be very concerned about how far this administration and how far the radical left is willing to go. Because with the hiring of 87,000 IRS agents and an FBI that seems bent on a political weaponization of its agency against an opponent, a political opponent, our nation is no longer living by its fundamental principles.
Yes, and
it's completely living by something else.
We have seen some hints of this, certainly with Lois Lerner and the IRS. With sicking of the FBI on others throughout this process for decades, it seems like now they're just not trying to pretend what the federal government has become with the agencies, with the right leadership of course, and reformation, as we've done in the past, we can get over this. Sara, Gregg, thank you all very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.